We're here with an edition of SYW On Track. We haven't done one of these in a little while, and on this edition of On Track is someone we've been wanting on Track for a long time. This is DXD, his first appearance on Track. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Everything's going fine.
Okay, with that, what are you up to now?
Well, as of right now, I am living in Pennsylvania. Not exactly the ideal place I wanted to live at. But I'm getting ready to move back into the Lynchburg-Amherst area, you know, the home of SYW. And I'm looking to become a cop. I'm getting through the interview processes right now. And so hopefully by July, I should be in the police academy by that point.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, when we did a couple SYW On Tracks many years ago, I think it was 07, 08 we did them. Firstly, what led to these On Tracks and some of the choice words that were said in it was you did this video called The Message. Now, what were you saying in this message, just to, recap to people?
All right, basically, I was just, once again, giving one of my threats to SYW. And, of course, you know how I was, I'm never all there all the time, so, and, of course, during that time, I was in a slow descent into madness, the pills and all that shit. And, so, basically, it kind of got to some people. Don't know why, but it did. I mean, they should have expected that this message was coming sooner or later, but the kind of responses I got, especially from Primetime and Matt.
Before you get into your thoughts on this, what we're going to do is we're going to play a few clips of what was said back then just to, make sure people know what was said. So, monkeys in the back, roll it.
Darkwolf's too stiff. He's too Vaderish in the ring. Jonathan and Joseph had terrible matches. Hated them. So I don't like anything that Darkwolf did.
I heard Doomsday going on and on about this, and he was going on about that. I don't know if he's having an identity crisis. I don't know if he's Darkwolf, if he's Joseph, if he's his brother's sex toy. It's confusing to me. I don't know.
Okay, Joseph, you just saw what they said. What do you got to say about those choice words that both Matt and Primetime said both about you? Matt's words dealt with more or less your matches against money and his personal feelings on that. And Primetime's words were a little more controversial, should I say, the least.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start with Primetime's. What he said about me and my brother? The hell are you talking about, son? I think that's more yours and Matt's thing. And that irked me a little bit. And then the thing with Matt, believe it or not, the thing Matt said, that was actually a little more like, I'm stiff? Yeah, okay, I'm stiff in the ring. Hopefully after the weight loss, which hopefully everybody will notice soon if I ever get back in the ring, hopefully that will bring out some more of my athletic side. But yeah, the comments, yeah, they got to me a little bit. It's unfortunate I won't be able to have a match with Matt, but I'm looking forward to seeing if I'll ever get to have a match with Primetime, because I have a few choice. Well, can't really say words because that's not exactly what I'll be doing in the ring.
Okay, after this, give your thoughts on back in 2008. Cash Money, and I think Gorilla came down to North Carolina, and they planned to do a show, and they were going to pretty much invade XRCW. Obviously, that did not ever come to fruition, but what do you guys say about that whole thing in 2008?
That whole deal was a mess. Oh my God. I remember because they came in on the bus showing up in Raleigh, and I can't remember who picked them up, but all of a sudden they show up, and they're gonna be like, oh, we're taking over the show. We're getting, and Money's all like, oh, we're gonna get revenge on you for trying to take over SYW. And well, my brother, being the kind of person he was in his past history with Gorilla, kind of introduced some things into their system, which kind of ruined their little plans there. In the middle of their state. I actually ended up taking them back to their bus, and nice try, Money, nice try.
Okay, now after this same year, 2008, you came to do Highway to Hell up here, and you took on Money. And now within this match, this was pretty much your so-called retirement match, where Cash Money at the time did gain control of XRCW, and obviously he was already in control of SYW. And then later on, this led to something again in 2008. This is the main thing you need to give your thoughts on, and a little update because not many people know who's in control of XRCW now because of all the problems. If you remember, there was late breaking news in 2008 that Cash Money was involved in some, shall we say, problems going on at that time, and he had to basically give up the control of, was it XRCW and SYW or just XRCW?
Well, apparently he was getting into some legal trouble, as the message stated, but he was supposed to have lost control of both SYW and XRCW according to the contractual obligations, but somehow he got out of it, and so it never actually counted against him, and so everything went right back to him. So I didn't even get the message until it was already too late. What can I say?
Okay, now after this is some things that went on with Primetime incident that happened at your house. This is obviously years before this.
The incident with Primetime. Yeah, because he got into the house. Him and a kid named Caleb. Now Primetime, because I remember he was accused of stealing my brother Jet Boy's Xbox in a few games, and he left his pants behind. At the time, yeah, I was pretty upset about it. But then over time, I started looking more and more into it, and turns out Primetime didn't really do it. So I mean, Primetime, I'm sorry. I know it's not. I know it wasn't you now. I mean, yeah, you were in the house. Shouldn't have done that. But hey, it is what it is now. I forgive you.
We know SYW is more or less probably coming to end very soon, and maybe has one more show into it. So, what would be your perfect way to say goodbye to SYW?
The perfect way to say goodbye to SYW for me. As much as I've taken on Moneymaker all these years, I can't really say that it would be the perfect way to go out with him. I need to destroy what I created, and that is Primetime. Because without me, he wouldn't be the egotistical person he is today. Everything I've done, my plans with SYW, causing him, bringing him in XRCW, making him the egotistical guy he is today, is what caused Money to blow all of his cash on trying to take Primetime out. So that's why we're coming down to the last show. And yeah, he could have used his money better if I had taken control. That everything would have been good. But to be honest, my real plan from the start was to just completely bury SYW. But yeah, the perfect way to go out would be DXD versus Primetime. That would be the perfect way to go.
Okay, well, it sounds like that's a challenge right there to Primetime. I guess we'll have to get to Primetime at some point to give his thoughts if he wants that match to ever take place. Okay, recently there's been some things outside the ring that's been going on. We don't really know the complete story. Now, obviously, don't go into every single detail of it, but at least say we're here to at least have your word and your say of what this incident is between you and Shadow, a.k.a. Charlie, and the falling out that you two had.
It's a really long story, and I'm definitely not going to go into detail with it.
You got anything to say to him, though?
Yeah, I know I hurt him really bad. I know I did. And I mean, I wish for forgiveness. I know it's not going to happen, Yeah, I mean, if it ever does, yeah, I'll be really appreciative. But and if it ever does happen, it probably won't be for like years. Other than that, I mean, yeah. Sorry for hurting you, man. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just, yeah, I mean, you've heard it all from me before. It's just not really much else I can say about it. It's just, if we ever get to that point, you know, you know how to get a hold of me.
Now, right now, before we get into one last thing that we have to get to, I'm getting late breaking news right now. The Cash Money's on his way right here. He's pretty much almost here. And he plans to confront you, I guess, on his show, The Cash Money Show. What are your thoughts on this and how do you feel?
My thoughts? He's going to be here?
Yeah, he said he's going to confront you over something.
Well, this is the end of the interview. I'm going to go see him. We'll have fun with that.